Covington Catholic teen will sue CNN for more than $250 million over their coverage of Lincoln Memorial clash, lawyer claims. The Kentucky teenager at the center of a viral clash with a Native American activist at the Lincoln Memorial is preparing to sue CNN for more than $250 million for its coverage of the incident in January. Nick Sandmann's lawyer Al Linwood discussed the impending lawsuit in a Fox News interview airing on Sunday night. He warned that it will seek even more in damages than a $250 million suit filed against the Washington Post last month. Sandmann became the target of widespread outrage after a video of him standing face-to-face with Nathan Phillips while wearing a Make America Great Again hat went viral. Sandmann and fellow students from Covington Catholic High School were initially accused of initiating the confrontation, until additional videos emerged and showed that they were verbally accosted by a group of street preachers. Sandmann, who was attending the anti-abortion March for Life, and Phillips, who was attending the Indigenous Peoples March on the same day, have both said they were trying to defuse the situation. Wood called the initial video a one-minute propaganda piece and accused the media of jumping the gun by reporting it without context when it first came out. CNN was probably more vicious in its direct attacks on Nicholas than the Washington Post. And CNN goes into millions of individuals' homes, Wood said. They really went after Nicholas with the idea that he was part of a mob that was attacking the Black Hebrew Israelites, yelling racist slurs at the Black Hebrew Israelites. Wood continued, "Now you say you've seen the tape. If you took the time to look at the full context of what happened that day, Nicholas Sandmann did absolutely nothing wrong. He was, as I've said to others, he was the only adult in the room. But you have a situation where CNN couldn't resist the idea that here's a guy with a young boy, that Make America Great Again cap on. So they go after him." Wood said the lawsuit will be filed early next week, and will likely exceed $250 million. "I expect because of the way CNN went after Nicholas so viciously, that the claim for his reputational damage will be higher than it was against the Washington Post," he said. The suit against the Post seeks $200 million in punitive damages and $50 million for reputational damage. The Post issued an editor's note on its controversial coverage in response to the lawsuit last week, in which it admitted that its initial coverage of the encounter was flawed. Subsequent reporting, a student's statement and additional video allow for more complete assessment of what occurred, either contradicting or failing to confirm accounts provided in that story, the note said. Sandmann accused the newspaper, owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, of falsely labeling him a racist when it engaged in targeting and bullying and modern McCarthyism. In early articles, the Post reported that the schoolboys surrounded and taunted 64-year-old Phillips. The newspaper claimed that a smirking Sandmann had stood in Phillips' path, blocking him from moving. More extensive video of the events told a radically different story, showing the boys were subjected to racist abuse by the group of Black Hebrew Israelites, before Phillips waded into the group of students and banged his drum directly in Sandmann's face. According to Sandmann's lawsuit, the Post ignored basic journalist standards because it wanted to advance its well-known and easily documented, biased agenda against President Donald J. Trump by impugning individuals perceived to be supporters. The Washington Post's Vice President for Communications Christine Cordy Kelly responded by saying, "We are reviewing a copy of the lawsuit and we plan to mount a vigorous defense." President Donald Trump gave Sandman his backing, quoting his suit and said, "Go get them, Nick." The editor's note in full. A Washington Post article first posted online on January 19 reported on a January 18 incident at the Lincoln Memorial. Subsequent reporting, a student's statement and additional video allow for more complete assessment of what occurred, either contradicting or failing to confirm accounts provided in that story, including that Native American activist Nathan Phillips was prevented by one student from moving on, that his group had been taunted by the students in the lead-up to the encounter, and that the students were trying to instigate a conflict. The high school student facing Phillips issued a statement contradicting his account. The bishop in Covington, Catholic, apologized for the statement condemning the students, and an investigation conducted for the Diocese of Covington and Covington Catholic High School found the students' accounts consistent with videos. Subsequent post coverage, including video, reported these developments. Viral standoff between a tribal elder and a high schooler is more complicated than it first seemed. Kentucky bishop apologizes to Covington Catholic students, says he expects their exoneration. Investigation finds no evidence of racist or offensive statements in mall incident. Correction to the original story reads, earlier versions of this story incorrectly said that Native American activist Nathan Phillips fought in the Vietnam War. Phillips said he served in the U.S. Marines but was never deployed to Vietnam. A private investigative firm hired by the Covington Diocese concluded that the students did not instigate the confrontation. In a report released last month, Greater Cincinnati Investigation Incorporated said it found no evidence students made offensive or racist statements, though it acknowledged that the students performed the tomahawk chop. In a letter to parents, Covington Bishop Roger Foy said the students were placed in a situation that was at once bizarre and even threatening. The immediate worldwide reaction to the initial video led almost everyone to believe that our students had initiated the incident, and the perception of those few minutes of video became reality, the bishop wrote. Students told investigators that they felt Phillips was coming into their group to join their own cheers, which were meant to drown out insults from the Black Hebrew Israelites. They claimed that they were confused but did not feel threatened by Phillips, the report said. We found no evidence of racist statements to Mr. Phillips or members of his group, the report said. Some students performed a tomahawk chop to the beat of Mr. Phillips' drumming and some joined in Mr. Phillips' chant.